I think the Buffalo Bills are in trouble. I'm not going to lie to you. I really do. And the reason I say that, yes, they lost Monday night against the Atlanta Falcons 24-14. I did have Atlanta plus 3.5 because of the myriad of injuries that the Bills have, because Atlanta does have a legit home field advantage when they're playing these primetime games. They just haven't played a ton of these primetime games because they haven't been that relevant of a football team. And coming off of the bye week, there were a lot of things working in Atlanta's favor. But what I've seen the last couple of weeks kind of confirmed my biggest concern that I had about this Bills team coming into the season. First of all, they're a bad defense. That goes without saying. Bijan Robinson, now, some of this, the fact that Bijan Robinson is an awesome football player. He had over 200 yards from scrimmage. A touchdown was awesome this game. I thought Michael Penix Jr., aside from a throw late that just about went the other way for a pick six, I think it was Shaq Thompson who got his hands on the ball. Aside from that, I thought Penix played well. Drake London was awesome in this game as well. We saw Atlanta's playmakers, the Drake Londons of the world, the Bijan Robinsons of the world, do what they're able to do any given Sunday, or in this case, Monday. Buffalo's defense is bad. We know this. They can't generate a consistent pass rush. The linebacking core is consistently injured. Now the secondary, which wasn't good when it was healthy, now it's injured. And because of those reasons, because of the fact, as I kept banging this table multiple times last season, and said during the offseason when the Bills didn't make any, they added Joey Bosa. But that's Joey Bosa, God bless him, he's past his prime. This was not a situation where they made some serious, additions as it pertains to their personnel, be it in the draft or in free agency, did the Buffalo Bills to their defense. This is the same unit that a year ago had the NFL record among teams that made the playoffs in the history of the league. Most points per game given up to other playoff teams in a regular season in NFL history. That's been the Buffalo Bills' bugaboo. And it's for that reason that Josh Allen is going to have to kind of play flawless football. To a degree, kind of what Dak Prescott is doing in Dallas. To what the Bucs defense isn't bad. It's not great either. Kind of what Baker's doing in Tampa Bay is what Josh Allen, and by the way, he's done it. We know he's capable. Like Josh Allen is clearly, outside of Mahomes, or at least behind Mahomes, the second best quarterback in football. But the last 2 weeks, we could show you he hasn't been that good. All right, only one more touchdown than pick, 4 TDs, 3 picks. Completion percentage, fine, not great, 64.9%. Given the fact that you've got multiple guys in the 70 percentile, 64 in the last 2 games, is not great. 216.5 pass yard per game, that's got to be higher. Passer rating of 89, that's well below Josh Allen's, well below par for him. 33 QBR, 0 to 100 is not good. And of course, the 0-2 record, losses to the Patriots last week and then the Falcons this week. I get it. And Josh Allen talked about it at the game. We'll play the clip, but Josh Allen was talking about, hey, there was no Dalton Kincaid. There was no Curtis Samuel. The Bills have dealt with their injuries. That's the NFL, man. Sometimes you're going to have to deal with that. Sometimes you're going to have to play a team on the road in prime time, coming off of a bye week. You're not totally healthy, all those things considered. But I think that's the thing that's going to bite the Buffalo Bills in the behind once we get into the postseason. And frankly, it kind of has the last years, has it not? If you in the Josh Allen era, or at least in the Josh Allen as an elite quarterback era, which spans from 2020 to now. 2020, they got to the AFC title game. They weren't ready for the moment. It was their first time making a deep playoff run. Defense was overwhelmed by Kansas City. Josh Allen didn't play that well. Whatever. 2021, do we not remember? Who could forget it? The 13 seconds game. Allen Mahomes, the greatest quarterback game maybe in the history of the league from 2 guys in a playoff game. Josh was awesome. He put up 36 points in that game. Not his fault they lost. Now, the next year it was. He and the Bills only put up 10 against Cincinnati. That was on the offense. But then the next year, scored 24, you're moving down the field, and they give up 27 to Kansas City. And then last year, Kansas City hadn't scored 30 all year. Well, that is until they played the Buffalo Bills in the postseason. And that's not to absolve Josh of blame in those spots. I've said numerous times on the show that the last 2 years, got the ball back, down 3, chance to tie or take the lead against the Chiefs, came up short both times, made mistakes in both occasions, but you shouldn't have to. If this is Super Bowl or bust, if this is, man, we have to win this year or there will be turnover in the organization, Sean McDermott might be on the hot seat. It's like a James Franklin type of situation in the NFL with Sean McDermott and the Bills. The defense can't be year after year after year a concern. Sean McDermott's a defensive guy. This should not be a recurring issue. And Josh Allen talked about it after the game, like just not being able to take advantage of big plays. Buffalo got the ball not once, not twice, but 3 times in the fourth quarter with a chance to tie the football game when it was 21-14, and they couldn't do it. So this was Josh Allen after the game, talking about the Bills' woes taking advantage of some of these opportunities.
I mean, it takes everyone. Little details matter. I wasn't good enough tonight, and we gotta find ways. We had some God-given opportunities. The play at the end of the half, Taylor Rapp busting his butt to make a play there. The field goal block. We had our opportunities to, take advantage of, and we didn't.
I gotta say, we don't have the video of that. We just had the audio, and this has always been one of my knocks on Josh. And there's not many because he's a supremely gifted player. Arm strength, he's improved his accuracy drastically since he came in the league. We know what he brings in terms of the physicality and mobility to the table. There's really few flaws that this guy brings to the table, and he's cut down the turnovers. Now, I will say 5 turnovers this year compared to 8 all of last year. So that's been a little bit of an issue as of late. So he needs to cut that down in order for Buffalo's offense to be successful. But this has always been a knock of mine on Josh. And don't act like that this doesn't matter. Man, whether you watch his pressers, listen to his pressers, God, it's depressing. It's like, and again, losing sucks. It hurts. I'm not saying I want Josh to go up there and just be all smiles. Hey, guys, it's all going to be fine. That's disingenuous. I'm going to talk about Tua botching his press conferences, later on Carving Up the Context. But with Josh, it's, you got to be better. It's a lot of mumbling. It's a lot of, it doesn't instill a whole lot of confidence in his group. Mahomes does. Lamar does. Lamar will have a few gaps at the podium, but generally Lamar's pretty good at there. Dak is a pro. Jalen Hurts is a pro at the podium. Josh isn't even bad. There's just there's so often being a quarterback in the NFL, being a successful quarterback in the NFL goes well beyond your production, which we know Josh Allen, he's an MVP of the league. His production, it goes without saying, he's an all-time great talent. But so much of playing that position and having a long, successful career, getting the consistent buy-in of the guys in the locker room goes beyond the playing surface, goes into leadership, goes into, man, when the fit hits the fan, chaos is happening around you. And the Buffalo Bills are in chaos. They've lost 2 straight games. It's not the end of the world. They're going to be fine. I know the Patriots are on top of the AFC East. I still think the Bills are going to win the division. But just instilling confidence in the group to the point where, not where it feels disingenuous and you're just like, Russell Wilson's kind of gotten in trouble. It feels like you're almost like talking to clouds at this point where it doesn't feel legit coming from you. I don't know. You watch and listen to Josh Allen's pressers and they're bummers to watch and listen to. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.